Thank you.
The other one for a minute anyway.
Oh my gosh, I'm in a car. Feels weird, but also feels a little bit exciting that I get to do something different. That's so cool. So, let's see how Roadrunner on the road is gonna do. I did end up purchasing like special insurance just because, you know, you never know. It's been a while. Let's go. All right, guys. First of all, thanks Danielle for some Starbucks lovin'. She had sent me a gift card a while ago, and I remembered today. So thank you. Okay, I have a plan, guys. I didn't have a plan until I got in my car, and then I started driving on I-5, and then I'm like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. And so I talked to Boss Bay and Bird Call, and they started the reroute process yesterday. So they hiked out of Stevens Pass yesterday, and if they are similar to the mileage that Summer and I did, then they should get to Darrington tomorrow. Guess where I'm going? I'm going to Darrington. So my goal is to surprise them. And hopefully they'll get there tomorrow. If they do similar mileage, it should be that way. I'm excited. There is something about that reroute that has some sort of special meaning to me. It was a really tough reroute physically with regard to the roadwalk was harsh, the weather was harsh, but it somehow means something to me. I loved Darrington, I loved Marble Mount, and I think a lot of it had to do is that I personally felt like Summer and I bonded a lot more during that time. And so maybe that's why, and I'm just gonna reminisce or something like that, I don't know. But I don't know why I didn't think about meeting Boss Bay and Bird Call. I guess like I never felt like I knew where they would be, and if they're on the PCT, it's not like I could do much. But because they're rerouting through a town that, and I know this reroute, so I know they're gonna be in Darrington tomorrow, like evening probably. So that's where I'm going. That's like, it was like 2.5 hours away from Seattle, maybe even 3. There's been a lot of traffic. And now I have no idea where I am. I'm gonna go in a Safeway just to get like some things for me to, like probably some fruits to eat or something like that. And probably some hot chocolate and coffee. I mean, I don't have like a Starbucks gift card every day. So I'll probably do, I'm even maybe gonna camp where I camped before in Marble Mount. I don't know. Because I'm going to Darrington, but I think I might go to Marble Mount and then drive back to Darrington because they won't be back on, they won't get to the town until tomorrow afternoon probably. So anyway, I'm happy that I have a plan. It's so cool. All right, y'all, I have my tent set up. I've got the car right next. It's kind of cool. It's like my personal bear box, I guess. So yeah, I'm in Darrington on a campground, and hopefully I get to see my peeps tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Good morning. A hiker's worst nightmare sound.
like happiness leaving your soul.
Back in the car. Well, how fun. Just helped somebody jump a car. He just came to me, he's like, I was like, good morning, how you doing? He's like, good, except I need somebody to jump my car. And I was like, okay, let me do it. So I got my first good deed of the day done. That's nice. That's a memory right there. I went to a picnic spot that where Summer and I had lunch, just to see, just in case they are earlier than Summer and I were hiking. They should, like, if they're like me and somewhere, if they're like Summer and I, then they should get here at lunchtime, but they might be earlier or later. And then there's this beautiful view that we didn't get to see because it was so rainy. So have a look. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let me see if Peak Finder knows what this little bump right there is called. Apparently this is White Chalk Mountain. It's like so cool. Nice. And I forgot what these berries were. And there was a lady here. And she was telling us it had some fancy berry name. Alrighty then, so plan. This was 18 miles from where we were camping. So lunch or maybe a little later they'll get here. So I'm gonna probably just drive in the direction of Marble Mound because I just don't anticipate after I meet them today that I will continue going north that way. I think I'm gonna start going south. I'm just gonna do the Marble Mound and then come back here. I mean, I'll be like driving this direction because I probably can't wait. I wanted to wait in Darrington, but like, I can't wait. Like, I'm so like, I wanna see them. I wanna see them. I wanna see them. So, anyway, let's go to Marble Mound. Let's go to Marble Mound. I'm in Marble Mound.
Got a good hike plan?
Walking in my sandals, yo. That was my spot. See, you can still see. I left a trace of a grass, grass touched. And then somewhere was over there. And her spot is still touched as well. And of course, the grass is still wet, so my socks are now wet. Real smart. See, real smart, Julianne. All right. So I bought some sandwiches for them, some beer, some Coca-Cola for Boss Bay. I hope I get to see them today. I hope they didn't change up their reroute, but I did see some other hikers already on this here trail. So that Darrington reroute's becoming famous or popular with a lot of people. So now I'm gonna drive in the direction. I might end up sitting just on that little picnic spot, or maybe I'll keep driving to find them. And she'll never gives in, she just changes her mind, and she'll promise you more than the Garden of Eden. She'll carelessly cut you in laugh while you're bleeding. Yup, I'm impatient. I am so impatient. I'ma just drive to find them. I'ma just drive. They should be on these here roads right there. I hope so. Otherwise, I have some beer to drink and some sandwiches to eat. Okay, I haven't found them yet, but I can't describe this like feeling that I have, like looking forward to see them. It's so weird, you know. It's kind of like the feeling you get when you go on a first date with somebody. It's like my heart is jumping into my throat. It's so weird. Like, I guess I just have so much affection for my Tramily. It's a little bit overwhelming. Like, I hope I find them. I hope they took this road. You know, it'll be definitely disappointing if I don't find them. But I think I will. And it's such a strange feeling. Like, how excited I am. Okay, so they didn't make it to this point just yet. So I'm gonna drive, oh my goodness, up this here road right there. Well, y'all, I haven't found them. I drove the 24 miles of the 28 miles that Summer and I did this particular day of getting to Darrington. And they're nowhere to be found. So either they took a different route, or they took a much shorter day on day one. So I don't know what to do. I don't know, like maybe they took a different route. Like, I don't know, like, they're confusing to me. Where the heck are they? But I guess that's all I can do, unless I missed them. Maybe they were sitting on the side of the road having some, you know, lunch or something, which I just don't think so. This road would be bumpy, y'all. Like, I didn't realize how bumpy it was until I'm driving it, because walking it is definitely not this bumpy. So, well, I guess I'll drive back. Definitely not gonna drive this bumpy road again. And I don't know. I'm a little bit confused. I guess maybe they just took a little bit longer on day one. Guess I'm gonna drive back on that bumpy road, y'all. It was a bumpy road, y'all. Well, I think I have some bad news for me and for you guys. I think the kids, as I do call them dearly, I think they took a different reroute. I recently checked Far Out, and Boss Bay put a check-in saying that they're starting their reroute at a really strange mile marker. And I'm like, that's not the reroute that Summer and I took. And I had just talked to Boss Bay that like what their reroute is, and she said we're doing pretty much the same thing that you and Summer did, except the ending. But I don't think they are. I think they're doing a different reroute, and I think it's because the northern part of Stehekin was, I don't know if it's been opened up or it's less dangerous, something like that. I think they might have gone east instead of how we went west. And if that's the case, I have no idea where they would be. Also, I should have known because I saw that Boss Bay had cell connection, and I know I didn't have any cell connection until I got to Darrington, close to Darrington. So, yeah, I don't know where they are, and probably I won't get to see them, which is very sad. Like, you know how I was talking about that I was so excited to see them, like, kind of like a first date, and right now I feel like my date, called me to cancel. That's what it feels like. Oh, my heart has been just such a disarray. I miss my people. And I talked to Bougie on the phone, which was really, really nice and helpful. This after trail stuff is tough, guys. It really is. For some people, not for everybody. I think people deal with this kind of after trail stuff differently. I mean, I did tell Boss Bay to take their time because they need to enjoy what they have left. And I told her I was already crying a bunch of times. So maybe that's what they're doing. But, it's hard. It's really hard to describe the feeling after trail for some people, because I'm smiling because I don't think Somewhere is going to experience this. I think she's been very interesting when it comes to this, where she would say, well, you know, like I'm doing the hiking and stuff, and I think like when we talk about how it like changes people and things, and I think she was even saying like, well, it's not really like, she's like, I don't feel any different, like so I don't know what she does when she hikes. Maybe she doesn't think about anything. Maybe she just walks and there's no thinking. I don't know. I would like to think that she has stuff that she thinks about. And I know Boss Bay is a little bit more like me, so this might be harder for her. Bird call, I don't know. I haven't seen them in a while. I can't really say. But it's hard for me. And it seems hard for Bougie. It's really, really hard. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to Darrington. I'm gonna camp, hopefully in the same campground that I camped yesterday. And then I'm gonna start doing my road trip. Which this is part of it, but I wanted to surprise them and see them before I'm leaving this area. And now I have to think where I'm gonna go. But I do need to get to the Diamond Lake, Crater Lake reroute within the next 2 or 3 days, so that I can hike that for 2.5 days and then get down to Bend, Oregon. Yeah, I really need to figure out this mileage.